party. Invited everyone you knew. You would see the greatest gift would be from me. You know a crazy story about that song? That's the Golden Girls theme song. And I watched a documentary on the Golden Girls. It just happened to be on. I don't know, I'm being weird. It just was on the background. I didn't really care, but that song was like a whim. It's like probably one of the top 5 TV show intros of all time, and it was a whim. It just happened. The woman came in. She read what it's supposed to say. She said, "Hey, I gotta be at another event in 10 minutes." She got the lyrics, and then she just ran with it, and she went for it. But the more you know. All right, subject of the day is somebody asked me what are some good starting points for investing basics, and I sat back and thought about it, and I said, man, that's a good question. So it's going to be the subject of the day, or at least the subject for the next 5-10 minutes. First of all, you got to understand that investing has to be a mental commitment, because a lot of people want to invest, but they don't. They really don't. They love the ideal of investing, but they really don't want to do it, or they don't know how to do it, or they're scared to do it. And when people are fearful and people don't know what they're doing, they get nervous and they pull their money out. You put $100, $200, $500 into a pot or a system, and you lose, $20 the first 2 days, and then you're like, yeah, fuck this, I'm out, right? But that ain't the way it should be. You have to mentally commit to investing. It is what it is. You can't just wake up one day and say, hey, I want to invest, and I'm gonna throw my money into this pot, and I'm gonna check it in a week, and hopefully I make triple my money. No, right? You need to set a time goal and an allocation goal, not just freaking I'm gonna put a little money in here and hopefully it work out. It ain't like quick money. It ain't like gambling. It ain't like forex. It ain't uh, crypto or sports betting or parlaying and any of the other crap. You can't just throw money into something and hopefully it works out. It doesn't work like that. So first of all, you got to mentally commit, and then you got to allocate. Allocation is taking a certain amount of money every month and putting it into the pot, regardless of how bad things get. No matter how much you struggle, no matter how broke you are, it doesn't make a difference. I do not care what you are going through, because I promise you, whatever you think you're going through that's bad, I went through probably worse. I went through, um, dude, it was bad. Bottom of the barrel, eating bean weenies, freaking eating mystery meat, asking friends for $10, $20, $5. You know, it's bad. Homeless, broke, sleeping in my brother's closet, sleeping in my brother's car, asking my brother for money, getting into it with my family. I didn't have it. So when people say that, man, it's always something, oh man, I'll start investing next month when I get ahead. No, you need to start doing it now. And then I'll give you another quick point, because I don't want to harp on this too much. You know what I mean? You have to start investing. I call it windfall money. It's the money that you get when you didn't expect it. Things like tax returns, things like things like birthday present money. Um, your mom want to bless you with some money. Your parents want to bless you with some money. An inheritance, a insurance claim, lawsuit money come through, or whatever. You have to take that money and put it to work, and don't worry about trying to get ahead or trying to worry about staying afloat. Right? We all are going through the same things, regardless of how much money you make or how much money you're bringing in, right? I'll say you're bringing in 4,000, 5,000. Let's say if I'm bringing in 500,000 a month, I have the same struggles as you do. I have bills, I have creditors, I have lines of credit I have to pay. But you know who gets paid first? I do. And that's the difference between middle class, low class, upper class, and rich and wealthy people. Rich people will always pay themselves first. If I got an account and let's say if I did $50,000 last month, $30,000 of it is going to investing. And then I'm paying my bills with the last 20. Or 40,000 will go to investing, the last 20 goes to bills or whatever you want to call it. Right? I don't pay all my bills and then I'll invest what's left. No, we don't do that. That's a loser's mentality. Losers invest what's left because there's always going to be something. There's always going to be a tire being popped. There's always going to be engine trouble. There's always going to be a freaking credit card. There's always going to be a late payment. There's always going to be something. Losers pay themselves last. Winners pay themselves first. You work for the money. You get paid first. Not Time Warner, not Lexus of Toyota, or not Chase, not American Express. You worked for that money. You need to get paid first. Allocate money to invest first. And whatever's left, they can have it. If you short at the end of the month, don't give a shit. I've never cared if I was short at the end of the month because I already got paid. It is what it is. And the bad part about it is if you allocated $200 to an investment account, and you were short, the $200 probably wouldn't have made a difference anyways. Think about that. If you put $200 into an investment account and you're $100 short or $200 short or on an electric bill, and then you ain't got no money for no food, or so it wouldn't have made a difference. It wouldn't have made a difference. But I tell you what, my investment pot is going to get bigger every month. And then when that investment pot gets a decent amount, then you take that money and you put that to work. And you constantly put your money to work. And that's, if someone said investing basics, that is investing basics 101. I mean, it's about as simple cut forward as possible. If you take money that's windfall money, or you got a side hustle, or you a babysitter, or you make cakes, or you do hair, or you do nails, or you do landscaping, or you do window tint, or you fix people's cars. When you get that money, are you investing it, or are you just putting it towards bills? Because if you just put it towards trying to get ahead or catch up, you're never going to catch up. No one ever really truly catches up. Everybody has bills. Bill Gates has bills. Warren Buffett has bills. Elon Musk has bills. Jay-Z has bills. Kevin Hart has bills. LeBron James has bills. I have bills. You have bills. Next month, will I still have bills? Yes. Next month, will LeBron James have bills? Yes. Next month, will Kevin Hart have bills? Yes. Elon Musk? Yes. Elon Musk is worth $300 billion. 250 billion dollars. Does he have a bill next month? Yes. So why the hell is he trying to get caught up in that? You're chasing your tail, people. And until you understand that basic understanding, you'll never get ahead in life. And that's about as simple as it gets. And that's just investing. That's not including the real estate stuff. That's not including the business acquisition, storage units, Airbnb, Turo, storage units. I mean, whatever, vending machines, whatever. All that stuff is irrelevant. If you don't understand basic inflow and outflow of money, the rest of that shit you're never going to figure out. But Glad everybody here. Welcome into the chat, everybody. We're live streaming from all platforms: Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Instagram, and all over. So, what's happening? Miss Vibes, I see you. What's happening? I appreciate y'all for checking the stream. Um, but if y'all would do me a favor, I'm live on YouTube. Just search The Rich Get Richard. My name is Mr. Richard. If you're newer here, we're gonna get into some good stuff. YouTube is the only one that pays me. You can stay on the other social media platforms, and if you're new here and you just kind of see me, make sure you're at least following. But head over to YouTube, and also too, YouTube comments feed into my feed first, so it actually helps me out, and I actually get paid there too. So you can stay here for all you want to. I'll answer pretty much every question live, um, and I'll try to get to your question as soon as possible. You just got to, you know, feed your questions. One thing I don't like about Instagram though, it like I have to like constantly read thing. I got to constantly refresh my screen. I don't like that. But welcome in. So let's go ahead and get started. If you have any questions or preguntas, and see what what you want to talk about. So initially, I just started off talking about investing because um, a lot of people. I'm trending on a couple of social media sites for talking about basic investing. So just that's kind of the subject we're talking about. So individual asked, they wanted to start a trucking business. Okay, I tell people all the time, in this modern age, there's no point of starting anything. Why reinvent the wheel when the wheel has already been invented? Just buy the wheel. Would you go to eBay and build a car? Would you go to Home Depot and build a house? You might can get a better deal, or you can tell people I have a sense of accomplishment. But I mean, houses are already built, cars are already built, businesses have already been built. There's tons of baby boomers who are going to be retiring in the next 5, 6, 7 years. You can buy their processes from them. So if you wanted to get into like laundromats, you know, dry cleaners, you want to get into trucking, you want to get into logistics, you want to get into franchises, Dunkin' Donuts, Subways, uh, Papa John's, who knows, whatever, right? Why buy and start an existing business when you can just buy it already up and going? And then the requirements are way less to do it existing than it is to do it from scratch. So here we go. I'll put you in quick perspective of starting from scratch. Let's say you go out to the SBA or go to the bank and you say, hey man, I want to start a restaurant. I don't freaking know. And I know this for sure to be true because I have a buddy of mine who just did this and I was breaking it down for him. So let's say you wanted to start a restaurant. Cool. You have to go do what's called a build out. That means you got to go rent a place. You sign a triple net lease. So you locked in for 5 to 10 years. Then you got to do what's called a build out. You got to go in there and you got to get plans and come up with signs. You got to come up with all this other kind of crap, right? Then you got to get that approved. And that's going to take 6 to 8 months, maybe, probably damn near a year. So that build out is going to be $100,000. Okay. But let's say you got a loan for $500,000. So now that business is going to cost you $100,000 just to build out, right? And then you're going to have to, you got to get food, you got to get inventory, right? And then you got to train employees. But you got to train employees and you ain't made a damn dime. So you're doing all this other kind of stuff. You got to get inventory. You got to train the people. You got to come up with a schedule. You got to pay managers. You got to hire assistant managers. You got to come up with menu ideas. You got to come up with just all this other kind of crap, right? And let's say you borrowed $200,000 from the bank to do this, right? You're a year in, $200,000 in the hole, and you ain't made a fucking dime. Not a damn dime. But, and then what's crazy is you open up the door day one, you have what's called a burn rate, meaning that not only are you paying the current lease, you are paying for a lease off a loan that you got a year ago. So let's say if your line of credit of $200,000, say the burn rate on that bad boy, the payment on that shit is 10 grand a month or something. I don't damn know. You in the hole 10 grand a month just in credit cards or a line of credit, not including the current bills on the business. So now you have employees, you still got more inventory, you got staff, whatever. Right? So now let's say that burn rate is another $10,000. So you're a negative $20,000 a month and you ain't made a freaking dime. Okay? Not a dime. Negative $200,000 in the hole, and then you're losing 40, $10,000, $20,000, $40,000 a month. So you got a damn sale. Let's say the average meal is, I don't know, $10. You got a 28% food cost. You got a 12% employee cost. That's 40%. And that's not even including taxes. I'll give you another 10% in taxes. So you sell everything, that's $5 out the door. So $5 comes in. So, basic math, if your burn rate is $20,000 a month divided by $5, you got to sell 40,000 meals just to break even. So you need 133 customers just to break even. I ain't talked about marketing. And then you got to get your name out there. And if nobody knows about you, you're screwed. But let's just say there's a business for sale. Same concept that you wanted to come up with. Maybe it's 5-10 minutes down the road, 30 minutes down the road. Who cares? Same concept as whatever you wanted to do. Because I promise you, there's not a business for sale or idea you can come up with that's not a business for sale somewhere in your area. I promise you. Whatever idea you have in your head, there's an older person who's turning 60, 65 that had the same idea 40 years ago. And he already did it. He or she already did it. You can just buy their process. Now let's say that same business is down the street for sale for $500,000. Well, Mr. Richard, I was only going to spend $200,000. Why would I spend $500,000 when I can spend $200,000? Shut up and listen. Now let's say that business is $500,000, and let's say that business is bringing in $200,000 to your pocket. Okay. The requirement from the government states that you need to bring in that you only need 10% down to purchase this business. And if you get some seller financing, you only got to put 5% down. So as little as $25,000. So let's say, for example, they didn't do seller financing. I'll be realistic. So now you got to come up with $50,000. You put $50,000 down. You buy the existing business. You owe the government $450,000. $450,000 over 10 years. Your payment, simple math, $450 over 10 years, probably somewhere in the range of 50 grand, 45, 50 grand. But the business brings in $200,000. You bring in 200, you pay the SBA, Small Business Administration, they're 50. Now you have 150 left. You put $50,000 down, which was 10%. So now you pay back that $50,000 line of credit. Let's say if you borrowed it from your auntie, you borrowed it from your uncle, you borrowed it from your 401k, you borrowed it from a friend, you borrowed it from the bank. You paid them back in the first 6 months. And you still have $100,000 left of cash flow. So let me get this straight. Year one, I bought a business. I put $50,000 down. It was $500,000. I owe $450 to the SBA or the government. My payment is $50,000. It makes $200,000. I pay $50 to the bank or the government. I pay $50 back to my line of credit. I borrow from myself, or borrow from a friend, or borrow from a crackhead uncle, whoever, and I still make $100,000 first year. So you can spend a whole year building out a business to lose $20,000, $30,000 a month, or you can buy a business, put a tenth down, make money day one. The government's happy because you're continuing that service in the community. The line of credit that you borrowed, the $50,000 or whoever you borrowed that from, they're happy. They got their money back. You're happy because you're going to make $100,000 a year from a process that you just bought. And, everybody's winning. And the person that you bought it from is happy because they got their money and now they can go and retire. Win, 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 win. All I do is win. And that's how the game works, people. At least when it comes to business acquisitions. But if you wanted to learn more about this, I got to give a shameless plug. I do apologize. If you want to learn more about this, I have a webinar this weekend. This Wednesday at 9 p.m. EST. Links in the bio. It's called Be Your Own Boss. Sign up. I don't sell your information. If you want to come to it and just learn a new way to think outside of the box that you've been conditioned to your whole life, because you have been led astray, my friend. You've been taught your whole life to go out, do good in school, get a job, go to college, get married, buy a house, have kids. And none of that shit is financially growing. None of it works. You've been led astray. You've been chasing the rabbit down the hole for 10, 15, 20 years probably, and it ain't worked out for you. You're learning your information from people who are broke. Teachers, broke. Your parents, broke. Grandparents, if you had a blessing to meet them, probably broke. Your freaking neighbors, broke. Your friends, broke. Your college professors, broke. Your co-workers, broke. Your damn boss, broke. Broke mentally and broke financially. Because they think that they're getting ahead and they think they got some power in the world because they're telling everybody what to do, making an extra $2 an hour. It's trash. Trash. You got to learn from people like me who teaching you the real deal, Holyfield. You have to teach. I have to teach you investing. And I call it the 4 pillars. First of all, we got to work on your personal credit, right? You can't be going out here be trying to get $1 million loans with a 400 credit score. We got to fix that, right? You need to know the ins and outs. You know the difference between hard inquiries, soft inquiries, credit profile, FICO score, credit scores, all the bureaus, how they pull, how to boost your credit, how to be more pleasing to the banks, and then when you start focus on business credit and LLCs, S corp, C corps, sole proprietorships, EINs. If you want to get into trade lines, you want to get into net 30s, net 60s, net 90s, all that shit's trash too. But I like to talk about it because I like people to know that I'm not out here playing around. I know what the hell I'm talking about, right? Then you got to start focusing on pillar 2. That's investing. Mutual funds, ETFs, index funds, mutual funds, stocks, bonds, If you want to get into crypto, you want to get into short-term investing, you want to get into long-term investing, whatever, right? What's the best app to do it with? What's the easiest way to do it, right? I need more money. We got to start teaching you about trimming the fat, because a lot of people have a lot of fat in their bank account, a lot of it. Because if you sign up for a one-on-one or a coaching program or something, first thing I'm gonna do, yeah, bro, let me see the fat. Oh man, I don't have a lot of bills. I don't have a lot of bullshit. Let me see. Netflix, Hulu, Disney Plus, Carvana. I mean, not Carvana. Lyft, Uber Eats. Dude, what the fuck, man? Uber Eats last 6 months. Click. It says right here you spent $1,400 in the last 6 months on Uber Eats. Not only are you too lazy to cook, you too lazy to go pick it up. That's a double negative. come on, man. Come on, man. You know, who's your cell phone through? How much your cell phone is? When the last time you called them and asked for a reduction or swapped it over to an account that's a lot cheaper? When the last time you called your car insurance and asked them for a plan reduction? You know, you can go, I'll give you a tip right now. You can go to your car insurance website, put your exact information in it, get a new quote. If it's cheaper than the quote you have now, they will honor the new quote. Wow, I just saved you an extra $400 over the next 6 months. Now, what are you going to do with the $400? Boop. You need to start investing. Oh, I need to get caught up on my credit cards. Wrong. Then when it comes to investing, I even have I'll give you another subcategory, right? And that's taxes. I review all your taxes for free, right? Find you more money. I just had a client 2 weeks ago, found them an extra $3,100 because they were doing their taxes wrong. Now, what are you going to do with that extra $3,100? I'm going to get caught up on credit cards. Wrong. Free money. You didn't even know you had it. Take it. Let's put it to work. You really want to get ahead? Let's put it to work. Because that $3,000 compounding interest will make you way more money than saving some money on some stupid ass credit cards. Because credit cards are going to be there. Credit cards was there yesterday. Credit cards are there today. Credit cards are going to be there tomorrow. Rent's going to be there tomorrow. Rent's there today. Car payment's going to be there tomorrow. Car payment's going to be today. Car payment's going to be there tomorrow. I mean, it is what it is. It is what it is. You got to start investing. Third lesson we talk about is real estate. Owning your own primary home, owning duplexes, quadplexes, fourplexes, commercial apartments, getting into syndication, Airbnb, freaking Section 8, wholesaling, bird dogging. I had a lesson the other day in my class because someone said, yo, man, you always talking about bird dogging. I don't even know what the hell that is. You always talk about it. I said, okay, cool. Here's a 30-minute lesson on bird dogging. After I was done with that, they said, yo, bro, I didn't even know that shit even existed. I didn't even know that was even a thing. I said, yeah, I did it for years. It's the way you get into real estate with no money. Oh, man, I want to get into real estate. I ain't got no credit. I ain't got no money. Cool. Bird dog. What the hell is that? Sit back. But all the ways, lease option, tax liens, sub 2, lease to own. All the different ways you can buy money, owner financing, bird strategy, creative financing. It's tons of ways to make money in real estate. You just got to know how to do it. You got to be taught from people that talk about this type of stuff, not go to college and do good in school and work hard. Work hard at what? Does it look like I'm working hard? Work smart. Put your money in shit that's going to make you enough money so you don't have to work hard. Working hard is for suckers. Then the last pillar that I always focus on is ownership. Owning processes that make you money every day. You're not going to get ahead working a 9-to-5. 3% of all millionaires work a 9-to-5. And you know they're doctors, lawyers, engineers, nurses, traveling nurses, and stuff like that. Right? If you don't have a high dollar skill, or if you're not bringing in damn near $150,000 to $200,000 a year to your 9 to 5, it ain't happening. Right? And then there are a couple of exceptions that people will live well below their means, and they invest everything they got, and then when they're 65, 67 years old, they might have a 401k that's equivalent of $1 million. I mean, I get it, right? But majority of people ain't gonna do that. You got to own processes that make you money while you're sleeping. If I own a business, my business makes a sale, and I pay my employees, I pay my staff, I pay my overhead, and then I pocket $400, and that transaction happened at 6 o'clock in the morning. I didn't do nothing for it. Now, how many processes can you own that pays you $500 a day that you do nothing for? Infinite. Now, let's say there's a process that pays you $500 a day, but you got to work 12 hours a day. How many could you own? 2 max, and that's $1,000. And now you tired as hell and complaining that your back hurts and that I ain't getting paid enough for this. But if you own a system that pays you $100, $200 a day that you do nothing for, you wake up, you check your account, you might call your team, wish them some luck, you might pay a little money here and there, say here's a gift card, thanks for your hard work, and go about your business. You got to know how to find those systems. Businesses, laundromats, storage units, Airbnbs, vending machines, whatever. You got to learn about those systems, and nobody is going to show you in your circle. Your teachers, your college professors, your friends, if you got roommates, your co-workers, your family, your mom, your pops, your brothers, your sisters, your kids, right? I'm not trying to be an asshole, but they don't know what they're talking about. I listen to people talk for 3 minutes when it comes to money, and I almost just like, I don't even want to hear it no more. You don't know what you're talking about, right? I started my financial journey in 2008. I bought my first piece of real estate, and I listened to every financial book or read every financial book in the library. Every one. 107 books, and I'll never forget it. I read a book a day, which was rough, but I didn't know. I had no fucking clue, but I know I wasn't going broke again. And I tell you what, the things that I learned from all those books, and I've been applying them all through the years, and I know what works and I know what don't. Right now, I don't know, 6 figures a month, easily. Right? Some months I do better, some months I do worse, but I don't care. And then all that money comes in, and I reinvest it, because that's the game. Pay myself first. I just gave you that lesson. But if you're interested in this type of stuff, you like talking about money, you like talking about different ways on how money works, you done with the rat race, you tired of the 9 to 5, right? My last push, and then we'll get to some questions. Click the link in the bio, join the free class. It's called Be Your Own Boss, right? I don't sell your information. If you come through, you listen, you hang out for a little bit, ask me a couple questions, and if you want to move forward, we move forward. If you don't, you never have to hear from me again. I don't care. I was fine before you, and I'll be fine after you. I don't care. I just got tired of people for years asking me, yo, man, do you have like a program or something where you can sit back and teach people? And cool, I'll walk you through that process. I'll show you what I have to offer if you're interested, and if you are, right? But you get a lecture before we even start, right? I'll break down a lot of this financial stuff before we even start. So, yeah. So let's go ahead and get started. Somebody says, I want to own a laundromat or a dry cleaner that is absentee, but what if my manager quits? What is your fail safe? Okay, good question. What if your manager quits? Generally, management in a laundromat, McDonald's, Dunkin' Donuts, Subway, don't give a shit. Management typically are older people for the most part. Older people generally have families. For them, people just don't up and quit for a reason. They just, you know what, y'all, I'm done. Peace. Um, it's it's 12 o'clock on Friday. Today's my last day. I'm out. Because if they do that, they're gonna call you and say, "Hey, man, I got a referral here for John Smith. How was he?" Well, he was a good worker, but he just quit on me one day. I don't know if he's gonna do that with you. He just left, and they're gonna ask him about that in the job interview. And they say, "Yo, man, why'd you just quit? You told him on Friday at 12 o'clock that you're gonna leave, and then you just left. Why'd you do that? Are you gonna do that with us? Now we're not gonna hire you." So more than likely, if a person is older and a person has more responsibility, they're not going to just leave you high and dry. First of all, they have an obligation to probably their family, right? A spouse, man or female, male or female, and or their kids. So more than likely, they're going to give you the respect and give you a cushion before they quit. And if they just leave, right, more than likely, you're going to have other people working there. So you can either do two things. One, if a manager ups and leaves randomly, just I leave, right? Which is kind of weird, but more likely they're not. Every job I've ever been to or every place I've ever worked at has the guy or the girl who's probably the best worker around. I want you to think about your job. There's a guy or a girl that you, hey man, who's the hardest worker in this place? You already know. When I was in the military, you already knew the guy or the girl. They was the go-to. They did everything. They always worked hard. They never talked bad about anybody. They just went there, worked, left, right? And they worked their ass off. We all know those people. First of all, more than likely, they was already doing managerial roles anyways, or they was already the assistant manager. Boom. Congratulations, young man or young woman. You're the manager now. If you want to do that. Or you tell the individual, hey, you're going to quit in 2 weeks. Let me find a person to replace you over this next week. And then after the week, when I bring him or her in, then you train them how to do your job. And then after a week, you're done. About as simple as it gets. And I hope that helps. And have I ever had that happen? No. Nope. What's up? I got a question. Ask the question. Preguntas, questions. So here we go. Are you able to do a one-on-one devise a base plan based off persons going through business-wise? Yes. Whenever you, like I said before, click the link in the bio or go to therichgetrichard.com, which that website, it works, but you got to type in HTTP // it's kind of corny, but anyway. So, but you can just click any link if you're on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, X, TikTok. Just click the link in the bio. It's a link that'll say "Be Your Own Boss." Just go to that website and just sign up. But yeah, and if you need a one-on-one and you want a one-on-one, we'll go from there. But like I said, my one-on-ones is super extensive, and we break down everything, right? It's kind of crazy. I think I did a one-on-one maybe a couple of weeks ago, and the guy was like, "Okay, you ready?" I said, "You ready?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Okay, cool. When it comes to businesses, I want to do." I said, "No. Nope. We got to get to the basics." So we ran through everything, right? We're gonna talk about his credit. We talked about his investments. We talked about his income. We talked about short-term goals. We talked about midterm goals. We talked about long-term goals. We talked about his credit. We talked about ways to get out of debt. We talked about side hustles. We talked about all his debt. Talked about revolving debt that was trash. We talked about debt that his house payments. We talked about his car payments. We talked about it all. We talked about cutting the fat. We did all that type of stuff. Then we talked about investments. He was like, I was like, you want to invest in real estate? He said, well, real estate in my area is kind of it's kind of shitty. I said, cool. Where you live? I said, no, it's not. Look, showed him all the areas that he should be investing in. He's like, shit, I didn't even know this place even existed. Man, they paying this much for rent. I said, yeah, and look how much these houses cost. And I pulled it up on the map, and I was just showing them houses for sale, right? Tons of them, right? And I said, you know, look, let's look at the Section 8 programs in this state and see if it's rent friendly. And Section 8 was charging, they was giving 20% more in that state. So if he saw a property that he could buy for $700 a month, and the rent was $1,500 a month, but the Section 8 was paying $1,750, you're making $950 a month. That's almost $12,000 a year of one property. If you made $12,000 off of one property, how many properties do you need to have to quit your job? Hell, 5 is 60 grand. And let's say you bought a property a year. You made $12,000 a year. Okay? In profit. 12,000 year one, buy another property. $24,000 year two, buy a property. $36,000 year three, buy a property. $48,000 year four, buy a property. 60 grand year five, quit your fucking job. Golly. People act like it's rocket science. And then about 2.5 hours in, then we start talking about businesses. Because people want to talk about business, but you need to get the basics first. You know what I mean? But yeah, that's 101 in a nutshell. Quick question. Go ahead, ask the question. I'm zoning. Whatever y'all want, man. I'm giving it. I'm giving y'all the game. Someone said, I came across your page and you never wear designer, but you wearing Tom Fords today. I mean, it is what it is, man. Right? Just because I don't flaunt my wealth doesn't mean I don't have wealth. Okay? Let's get it twisted. Just because you don't see the money don't mean I ain't got it, right? And then one thing about it too is my sister okay, if y'all know what the Real is, my sister owns a consignment store, almost like the Real, and sometimes she'll get a lot of like name brand clothes, and sometimes they'll be sitting for a while, and then they'll just be ready to move units. And a lot of the stuff that I get, it'll just be like consignment stuff. They'll be like, "Oh man, these Tom Fords, I think they was like $400. They was on her website for $100. I think the guy wanted like $50 for it, and she takes 50. You know, he won't. She had them for sale for 100. The person gets 50, and she gets 50. She gets half of whatever she takes or whatever she sells it for. And then I said, "Yo, you know, how long they been sitting?" She said, "Oh, these been sitting a while." I said, "What's the consignment fee?" She said, $50. I said, "Yo, I'll give you $50. Take it off your hand." And she was like, "Yo, give me 60." I was like, hey, I always be hustling, right? Right. I don't expect a handout from anybody, right? So yeah, but yeah, if you ever see me with designer stuff on, more than likely that's where I got it from. But someone said, I wonder what the payment's going to be on a $450,000 loan. Hey, simple math, man. The average SBA loan is about 10%. 10% interest on $450,000 is about 45,000. I'll round up. That's $500,000. The average SBA loan is 10 years. $500,000 over 10 years is $50,000 a year. Simple. Say word, word. Where do I sign up? Click the link in the bio, my guy. And then we also talk about credit, and we also talk about business funding, because a lot of people don't have access to capital, and I'll show you how to raise capital, how to get your own capital. If you get access to capital, how to properly liquidate it, because you know sometimes these banks be charging like 20, 30, 40% to get access to this money. in the form of cash. And there's better ways to do that. I try to do. I'll show you how to do it. Do you think private A investments like Energy X is long-term investments? I don't even know what Energy X is. I'm kind of simple on my investing. I'm not out here trying to chase. I call it chasing chickens or chasing pipe dreams, man. Oh man, I'll give you a great example. It was about when I started making a decent amount of money. I started getting into like some crazy investments. That's where I learned a lot of my hard knocks. 2012, 2013, there was a company drilling off the coast of Africa. They had some new oil refinery technique that was revolutionary. And they was doing 90% returns month over month for the last like 6 months or something. I said 90%. I said, if I put $100 into this stuff, I get 190 back in a month. And then after the month 2, I'm at what? Damn near $350. I said, sign me up. Bro, I forgot what I put in, like 15 grand or something. And that 15 grand turned into almost $90,000 in the first, I want to say like 13 months. And I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to ride this out. I ain't going to long-term invest this. And, before I knew it, my $90,000, dude, it happened so fast. It comically was probably over the next 2, maybe 3 months. My 90,000, I was like, okay, cool. I'm gonna ride it down a little bit, and if it gets a little lower, I'm gonna get out of it. It got down to almost like $45,000 to $50,000, and I was like, yo, I'm done. Right? I still made 4 times the money. I put in 15. I got what 45 out of it, 50 out of it, but I was up 90. Right? But I thought it was gonna be a long-term play, and then every once in a while I go check on this fund or this stock. And that shit's, dude, it went to the trash. Moral of the story is, people, if you want to invest, stick to what you know. I got a simple rule when it comes to investing. Has your mama heard of it? Has your kids heard of it? Will it be around in 10 years from now? And do you use it, or have you seen other people use it on a daily basis? And what's the and will I get a return on my money? It's simple as it gets. Okay. Has my mom heard of a company that drills off the coast of Africa? No. What about my kids? No. It doesn't have long term. I thought it did. Do I use this every day? I guess I use oil every day. I don't know. Not really. From off the coast of Africa? Probably not. Okay, cool. Amazon. Has your mama heard of Amazon? Yes. Has your kids heard of Amazon? Yes. Will you get a good rate of return? Yes. Do you use Amazon? Do people use Amazon every day? Yes. I mean, okay, let's go. Simple as it gets. Someone said it's an emotional thing, not pulling out at 90K. Yeah, because if that was the case, I'm gonna put you on a new mindset of thinking, people. If you put in 15 and you got up to 20, most people will pull at 20. Most people will pull at 30. Most people 45, 60, 65, 90. I mean, what got you to 20 is going to get you to 30. What's going to get you to 30 is going to get you to 50. What's going to get you to 50 is going to get you to 100. Right? You just ride the ups and downs. It went up and it went down. It went up, it went down. It went up more, it went down. It went up, it went down. And I just got to 90, it went down. And it went down some more. Then it went down some more. And I was like, okay, cool, it's going to go back up. And it's going to go down some more. It's like, and then it says an emotional thing. No, none of this is emotional. I don't take anything financial personal. None of it. If I put my money into a fund, I lose all 10. Too bad, so sad, never do it again. Learn from your mistakes, press on. right? And I always see people that'll do that too. Man, I was up, and man, I don't give a shit what you was. What we gonna do today? Do you have the money now? No, cool, don't care. What we gonna do today? Let's focus on that, right? Someone said, what is the best industry to buy in New York City? There's a lot. It's comically, there's a lot. New York City is kind of one of those weird places, you know. But if you can make it there, I guess you can make it anywhere. I had a client that was in New York City. No, not New York City. I think there was in New York City, and they was looking at a business to buy in New York City. We found them like 4 of them, comically, in about 15 minutes, and dry cleaners, laundromats, moving services, sub shop, sandwich shop, bodegas, corner stores. I mean, all of that stuff, man. There's tons. You're at the mercy of the market. If you go look at what's for sale in New York City now, you can go back in 6 months from now and it'd be something totally different. Just like if you're looking for a specific car to buy, you go in 6 months and it'll be a whole different car. You go look for a house, you look in 6 months from now, it'll be a whole bunch of different houses. So it just depends. It really just depends on what you want to get into and what you want to, what's your risk tolerance and stuff like that. Somebody said, I want to buy a plasma center. Actually, I seen one for sale. There was actually, those things are more prevalent than you think. But you got to be careful because some states require you to be licensed as a owner. So I don't know what state you're in, but let's say, for example, if you want to buy a property management company, some states require you to be a property manager or either have a real estate license. If you wanted to be if you wanted a dog grooming business, some states require you to be like have a vet tech certificate or something. If you wanted to buy a accountant firm, some states require you to own a CPA or to have a certified public accountant certification before you own those type of establishments. So you got to be careful. But a lot of times, whenever you're buying a business, you can almost ask the owners, or you can ask the brokers, are there requirements for this state to purchase this or the acquisition of this business? But yeah, plasma banks, blood banks, the IV joint banks, and that kind of stuff. Yeah, I see those for sale all the time. I never really thought about it, but it is a good industry to get into if that's what you want to do. So let's get to the question. Preguntas. Yesterday we had a good lecture. Yeah, yesterday that bird dog stuff, man. We talked about being a bird dog, which a lot of people don't even know that even exists. So yeah, in class we talked about being a bird dog, and yeah, people got value from it. Do you think any business can thrive in America? No, not any business. Okay, I'm not like I'm a real big politically correct person. I don't like saying all or none of anything, right? Can no person make it in America? That it's grammatically incorrect. Does every business make it in America? Grammatically incorrect. Do I think that anybody my personal opinion, with the right mindset, the right know-how, the right coaching, and the right steps, I feel anybody can be successful in America. I'll tell you like that. Anybody who comes through me, I feel like I could get you right. You just have to implement. You have to put in the work, right? I could tell you how to make millions and millions and millions of dollars if you just take the information and be like, yo, that was dope. No, come up with a plan. Like if we coached or you was in the program or I worked with you, I'm gonna give you plays. Every time we meet, I'm gonna give you 3 or 4 different plays, right? And all you're doing is like double dutch, right? Airbnb, nope. Syndication, nope. Airbnb, nope. Sub 2, nope. Section 8, nope. Buy your first rental property in a rent-friendly area. Yeah, I like that one. And that's all you do. You got to get into it, right? You can't sit back and do this all day and double dutch. You gotta hop your ass in eventually. You can't just sit there and, oh man, this is good information to learn. No, you got to do it, right? Will you be scared? Yes. Is it nervous? Yes. Are you tapping into something that you've never done before? Yes. But you will get a little rush, and it's kind of like a little adrenaline that'll come. And once you do that, you do it a couple times, it's almost like, dude, what the hell was I waiting on? It's almost like when you drive for the first time. When you drive for the first time, you're kind of scared, you're kind of nervous, you don't know what you're doing, you're kind of fearful. You think, oh man, everybody's gonna wreck, people are gonna crash into me, I'm gonna die. I saw a statistic that a lot of people die in cars. I don't never want to do this. You give it 2 years, you got the seat back, you don't put on your seatbelt, the music blaring, the windows down, you talking on the phone, you're texting, you eating at the same time. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. Over time, when you do some of this stuff, it will just come natural, and you will just easily just start looking for the easiest, fastest way to do it. If you buy one rental property, you can buy 2. You buy 2, you buy 4. And you buy 4, you buy 8. And then you buy 8, you can buy 16. And then after that, now you're looking for package deals, right? Or what they're called, portfolio deals, right? Those are the best ways to scale too, man. You know, you got a old investor who has, I don't know, 30, 40, 50 properties. Shit, why buy a whole bunch of single family homes, one a month, when you can buy 50 in the damn portfolio? Cool. How much are all these properties worth? I had them appraised at $2 million. Okay, well, what you want for them? Give me 1.6. Okay, well, 20% of 1.6 is 320. You put 320 down, you got $400,000 worth of equity. You pretty much get your money back as soon as you sign the shit. But that's how you scale. And then the rent will pay for your down payment. I mean, let's be real, people. Let's be real, people. But commercial break, y'all. Like I said, I give you 15 minutes worth of game, and you got to listen to me solicit for 15 seconds. 15 for 15, right? I don't know where you're watching from, TikTok. Just make sure you tap in the screen. Let's tap for 15 seconds while I talk. 1, 2, 3, go. Just tap the screen, tap the screen. Instagram, I see you. YouTubers, I appreciate you in here. Let's see, the YouTube is bumping, man. I'm getting some AdSense today, man. Cut the check. Twitter in the house, Twitch in the house, Facebook. We need to work on it, but it's all good. But if you want to watch, it's the same platform. I see everybody's comments. I just get paid from YouTube to be here. So 2 things. 1, I have a free webinar coming up this Wednesday. Click the link in the bio. Join the free class. Like I said, I don't sell you information, but we talk about, raising money from the banks. We talk about buying businesses. We talk about buying real estate. We talk about credit. We talk about business credit. We talk about business funding. We talk about stocks, bonds, mutual funds, investing, compounding interest. It's a good little segment that a lot of people need to hear. But if you're interested, go over there and head that out, check that out, and when you do that, also then click back after you sign up, and then go to my YouTube channel and watch this from here, because like I said, I'll give you game for free, but YouTube actually pays me to be here. So, and it's not even a lot, it's like, I don't know, a couple $100 a week or something, just enough to like get my daughter some Michael Jordan shoes. She loves Michael Jordans, and I hate Michael Jordan. You know what I mean? But it is what it is. I hope I never meet that dude. But it's all gravy. It's all gravy. Why is Bitcoin considered the new gold? I don't know about that, Playboy. I don't know about that one, Playboy. There's no standard for Bitcoin, one, and it has no utilitarian value, right? I can't go to Walmart and say, yo, I have one Bitcoin. Let me buy this TV. Until there's an exchange for an exchange, a basic unit of metric for a certain currency, it won't be accepted. And that ain't happening anytime soon. So that's just my personal opinion. What is the best first asset to buy or invest in? Like I said, I believe in the 4 pillars: credit, investing, real estate, businesses. You can almost do all 3 of them at the same. You can do all 4 at the same time, right? I'll even give you basics. Boom, you got a 401k at your job? That's investing. Do you have a personal house? That's real estate. What do you own that makes you money while you're sleeping? That's the business. How's your personal credit? You should be tackling all 3 of those or all 4 of those damn near every day of your life. Every day of your life. And the more you do it, the bigger the scale you get, right? You start off with a $200 credit card to build your credit, and then you work your way up to a $500 credit card. Then you work your way up to a $1,000 credit card. And then you work your way up to a $10,000 credit card. And then you start getting into the platinums and the black cards and the gold cards and the centurion cards, right? It ain't like fishing. You don't go out to a boat. You don't get on a boat and throw out a fucking hook and catch a marlin after 30 minutes of fishing. It ain't happening. You're not gonna catch a 2,000-pound fish after doing something for 30 minutes. No, it's steps to this, right? Investing. Do you have a 401k at your job? Cool. How much do they match? Cool. How much do you contribute every month? Nothing? Wow, that's free money. Well, Mr. Richard, there's tax ramifications. Shut your ass up with that shit. Are you investing? They're gonna match your money. Well, Mr. Richard, the corporations use your 401ks. I don't give a shit what they use. They're giving you free money. And you complaining that a rich corporation is using you as a tax benefit? How about you complain that they make a dollar off the dime they give you? Complain about that. If you want to fucking complain about something, complain about how you give 40 hours, 50 hours, 60 hours a week to their ass, and they don't give a fuck about you. They'll fire your ass tomorrow. Right? You saw that article about that woman that worked at Wells Fargo? She was dead at her cubicle for 3 days before somebody noticed her. You think they give a damn about you? People be worried about the wrong shit. Man, did you see the Kamala Harris speech? Did you see the Trump speech? That shit ain't making me no fucking money. I don't give a shit who's in office. I didn't care who the last president was. I didn't care about the president before that. And I damn sure didn't care about the last president before that. How rich is this motherfucker gonna make me? Oh, none? Fuck that. Don't care. Not a shit about a politics. I don't give a shit about a boss. I don't give a shit about a coworker. How much money is that shit making you? If it's none, piss off. It's just crazy, man. Y'all focus on the wrong shit. Y'all focus on the wrong shit. And I hate to be angry and I hate to be disgruntled. And I just keeping it real, people. I'm keeping it real. Keeping it real, sometimes people don't like it. And if you don't like it, maybe it ain't for you. But I'll tell you what, if it makes me $1, I care about it. And if it don't make me any money or takes money out of my pocket, it can piss off. You know, I don't devote my energy to shit that takes money out of my pocket. Don't care. Don't care. Did you see the debate last night? How about a debate? I got a debate for you. What's a better ETF? QQQ, VL, or SPY? I don't know what that is, but you can tell me what they were talking about in the damn debate that you watched for 3.5 hours. I got a debate for you. What'd you name your LLC? Let's debate about that. Oh, I ain't got time. Okay, cool. I got you. Okay, cool. I got you. And then you know what I do? I follow your page and I put default on all your shit. When people in the comment section of an Instagram, I got a couple million followers, and sometimes I get petty as fuck. So what I do is, you talking shit in the comment section, ain't nobody got time for this. Cool. Follow, and I put your shit on default. 6 months later, 8 months later, 12 months later, you gonna slip up. Hey man, did you see that dunk LeBron James did? And I'm gonna say, oh, I thought you didn't have time to work on your business, but I guess you got time for the NBA Finals. Block. I'm that guy. I'm that guy. You ain't got time for that side hustle, but you got time to watch Patrick Mahomes throw backwards passes, huh? Okay, cool. I got you. But if you invest in 25% credit cards, why not pay them off? Brother, we all have debt. Let's say you have a 25% credit card, okay? Let's do a simple, basic math lesson. This is about as simple as it gets when it comes to people talking about, I should pay off my debt. Cool, I got you. Let's do simple math. If you put, let's say I'm gonna get my calculator out, right? Let's say you have a 25% interest credit card, which, god dang, that's a lot. Let's say you got a 25% interest credit card, okay? And let's say your payment is, I don't know, $400 a month, right? You send twice as much, okay? Twice as much, which is $800. You're going to pay that credit card off, and let's say you owe, I don't know, $5K. You're going to pay it off a little faster, but you're still going to take probably a couple years. And now let's say you pay the minimum, okay? Instead of you paying $800, you pay $400. And now you take the $400 and you invest it in an account, okay? In 5 years, that account, the extra $400 you put into that system, would be worth $36,000. So you can pay off a $5,000 credit card at 22% interest, or you can invest and have an account with $36,000 in it. Like I said before, we all have bills. I can do way more with $36,000 than a paid off credit card. Because all you're going to do is go charge that shit right back up anyways. It's revolving. You think you learned your lesson the first time? Or the second time? Or the third time? Or the fourth time? When I pay these credit cards off, I'm never doing this again. And then what happens? Never do again. Happens the next month. I mean, stop me when I'm lying. I'll wait. I meet people who are 23 years old with credit card debt. I meet people who are 32 years old with credit card debt. I meet people who are 42 years old with credit card debt. I meet people who are 52 years old with credit card debt. I meet people who are 62 years old that have credit card debt. You think you're smarter at 62 than you are at 22? No. Most of y'all are just as bad with money as a kid, as a middle-aged adult, and as an elderly. Nothing changes. But what does change is the amount of money you have in that account. And now let's say you put $400 in this account every month for 5 years. Okay? That 5 years you got 35,000, right? And now let's say you do nothing else with that account. Okay? You don't put no more money in that account, just the extra money you was paying on that stupid ass credit card, right? And then you leave it in that account for another 10 years. $35,000 in a simple ETF for 10 more years. You would have $147,000. So would you rather still be paying on that damn credit card that you still gonna have? But now at least you got $137,000. Now you can do some stuff with that, right? You can borrow against your investments. Mr. Richard, what? What the fuck does that mean? That means that if you have a portfolio, stocks, bonds, ETFs, index funds, mutual funds, you can go to the bank and you can say, hey, man, I have $140,000 worth of stocks. Can I take a loan against this? They say, yeah. Here's 90% of the value of that. You got 150 in there. They're going to give you what? $1.30? Damn, I didn't even know they can even do that. Yes, that's how rich people do it. You think Elon Musk sells his stocks? No, he just borrows against it. You think Jeff Bezos sells his stocks? No, he just borrows against it. And borrowing money, you don't have to pay taxes on debt. So you get a loan for that amount of money. Use the money, you buy another asset. Once that asset brings in money, then you pay off the loan you got from the bank. That's how it's done, my friends. Y'all are hustling backwards. Paying off fucking credit cards early does not make you rich. Paying off your car early does not get you ahead in life. Paying off your house early ain't the play. Investing, reinvesting, and reinvesting into shit that pays you while you're sleeping is how you do it. Not having more debt is not it. Like I said before, I guess I could call this topic, we all have debt. I have debt, you have debt. Name your favorite celebrity. I used to have a huge crush on J-Lo. She got debt? What about Halle Berry? She got debt? Does LeBron James have debt? You think LeBron James, he has a $80 million house in LA. What do you think he did? Bought it cash? He's worth $1 billion. You think he bought his house cash? No, he didn't put a down payment. Come on, he borrowed against it. So now he doesn't have to pay capital gains tax on that money. It's just a dead asset. He borrowed against it and he pays the monthly payment from the income he got from his other investments. Boom. He bought a pizza company that pays him while he sleeps. When that money comes in, he pays his house payment. Boom. His earned income from dribbling the ball up and down the fucking court all day makes him income. He takes the income money and invests it. Stock funds, mutual funds, his own businesses. Now that income pays for the cars, the Lambos, the house, the clothes. You think he's paying for that with his paycheck? You think LeBron James was worth $1 billion 2 years ago and now worth $1.5 billion 2 years later? Off a salary from the NBA? Y'all got a lot to learn, dog. Y'all got a lot to learn. In this game of money, you think you got it figured out. Y'all are rookies. Y'all are rookies. Y'all ain't got a clue how this shit works. That's why you need somebody like me to teach you. Yeah. Someone said, okay, I hear you now. I hear you. I see you too. Hell yeah, you can borrow investments. Yeah, you can keep borrowing on investments, right? I'll give you a great analogy. I always use this as my Elon Musk analogy. Elon Musk wanted to buy Twitter. Twitter was evaluated at $10 billion. Okay? Twitter was worth $10 billion. The people didn't want to sell it. Elon Musk said, I give you 20 for it. We're not selling. I give you 30 for it. We're not selling. I give you $40 billion for it. And they said, hey, we'll take that deal. So what? Elon Musk is worth $200 billion. What do he do? I'm going to sell $40 billion worth of stock? No, you goobers. No, that's dumb. If you sell your stocks, you got to pay taxes on that money. But what did he do? He went to the banks and took out a loan against his stock portfolio to buy Twitter. He purchased Twitter with 100% debt. The payment on $40 billion is probably $200 million a month. And now y'all thinking, man, I got to pay this debt off. I got to pay this off super fast. No. Say if Twitter brings in $350 to $400 billion a month. 400 comes in, 200 goes out, you pocket 200. Simple as it gets, people. Now, if Elon Musk can do that at a $40 billion level, you can do it at a $40 million level. Hell, you can do it at a $4 million level. Let's keep going. You can do it at a $400,000 level. You can do it at a $40,000 level. Let's say if you have stocks or 401k, and let's say you have $60,000 in that account. And I see it all the time. Hey, man, I'm thinking about cashing out my 401k. Why? Because I need the money for something. Borrow against it. That way, your money can continue to make money. You take that money, buy something that makes you more money. And when that money comes in, you can pay off the loan. And then you still can take care of whatever you need to take care of. While your other money is still sitting in the account accruing interest. That's the game, people. Or at least one of the games. But hey, it is what it is. Michael Jordan, he said, someone said Michael Jordan put them on all the game. I don't idolize celebrities, first of all. They got rich from a skill that a lot of people can't possess. I'm not 6'6". I can't shoot a basketball to save my damn life. But what I can do, and I can invest like nobody you've ever met in your life. Now, who do you want to learn from? You know, when us as minorities, I don't know if you're white or black or Hispanic or Asian, I don't know. I don't give a shit, right? But one thing I hate about minorities is we idolize celebrities, right? I think there was an Invest Fest or something recently, and all the guest speakers was celebrities, right? I can't fucking act. I can't public speak really good. I can't dunk a basketball. I can't throw a football. I can't tell jokes. Why the hell am I listening to Steve Harvey as a financial guru? He made his millions telling jokes. 50 Cent made his millions selling albums. Kevin Hart made his millions telling jokes. Jay-Z, he sells albums. I can't fucking rap. Nicki Minaj, why do we idolize these people when it comes to financial literacy? Show me the guy who started with nothing and built multi-million dollars worth of businesses in real estate. I'll learn from him because I can do that. Oh, right here. I'll learn from him. I can't learn shit from Dwayne The Rock Johnson. Why the hell am I going to a public speaking event and watching Dwayne Rock Johnson talk? I'm not fucking 6'4", 300 pounds solid. Can't do it. I can't be a wrestler. I'm not that big. I'm not that athletic. So you have to start learning and getting your literacy from people who are out here doing this shit every day, not from celebrities. I idolize no man. I've met tons of celebrities. Most of them are assholes. Most of them. Me and Ludacris almost got to a fist fight because he talked shit. He was talking shit to me and my wife. I almost punched him in his fucking throat. Don't idolize them people, man. They're all losers. Most of them are. Some of them are kind of cool, but most of them are assholes. Baby mama be getting. No, I don't want to hear that shit. Someone said baby mama be getting in the way. I don't want to hear that. Nobody gets in your way. Not your mama, not your baby mama. Like, dude. I love my wife, but when it comes to the money thing, she just lets me handle it. She can guide me or assist me on certain things, but I don't do that. Right? I'm out here studying. I'm out here in the streets. I'm out here learning. Your baby mother or your mom or your friend or your neighbor or your boss can't tell you shit. You out here, it's your money. JG Wentworth. You do what you do with it, whatever you want. Right? If it fails, they're not going to be there to help you get up. But if it hits, they're going to have their hand out. About as simple as it gets, my guy. About as simple as it gets, my guy. Someone said, learning wholesaling now? Yeah, brother. Someone said I look like Rick Ross. I get that one every once in a while. I met him in real life. We look nothing alike. I found a local business that's been established since 1984. How do you talk to them about financing? You got to learn some skills, man. I'll give you one lesson off the top of my head, right? Because, I can't give you all the game, but you found a business and you want to get owner financing, they got to like you. If you had a business that was worth $1 million and you were going to give it to somebody, would you give it to somebody that you didn't like or didn't know? Probably not. Rapport. Learn rapport. I'll put you on that. Someone says you was in the military. Did you get 100%? 100% P and T. I don't know what P and T is. Did I get 100% P and T? I don't know what P and T is. But yes, I was in the military. Did 21 years in that hellhole. What's the best websites or the best apps to look for real estate? It depends on what you want to do. Depends if you want to get into commercial units. Depends if you want to get into apartments. Depends if you want to get into single family homes. Depends if you want to get into on market or off market, right? If you want to get into off market, if you want to get onto market deals, you can just Google houses for sale. If you want to get into off market deals, you got to start finding people in the areas you want to invest in who have the deals that you want, or you got to start sourcing your deals yourself. Once you start making decent money in real estate, then you have to start sourcing your deals yourself. Once you start sourcing your deals yourself, then you're pretty much writing your own checks. But I'm glad y'all here. Y'all go ahead and give me some check-ins, man. Where where y'all from, man? Comment. Make sure you tapping the screen. Tell me where y'all from. Tell me who y'all know. Tell me what y'all, at least tell me where you're from. I don't know. I've traveled all over the world, so I always like to see where different people from, right? And the bad part about it is, I'll even do I was talking to someone about rapport. I'll do a rapport. I'll do rapport with you right now, right? Someone says Harlem. Hey man, Harlem, man. I just can't. I just did. I went to a vacation in New York, but I was in Times Square. I went through some parts of Brooklyn, and I was. I didn't ride the subway, but I really wanted to ride the subway, but I heard it's nasty and it's kind of weird. So I guess next time I go, I'll do that. Um, but how is Harlem? Is Harlem like majority black, or is it becoming like gentrified, or is a lot of white people there, or is it how is it? Down by Virginia Beach. You know what's crazy about Virginia Beach? Virginia Beach is one of the best kept secrets when it comes to beaches because it has not a lot of tourists, but it has a lot of locals and stuff like that. Oh, so avoid the subways. You see what I just did, people? I'm having a conversation with somebody about the subway in New York City and Harlem. I went on vacation there and I barely remember any of that stuff. Like it's just about communication, conveying a message, right? If I had 100K to put into real estate or in business right now, shit, brother, you rich and don't even know it. You are rich and don't even know it. Someone said, uh, to your point, Jay Morris allegedly got $11 million for the Tulsa real estate fund. Yeah, and he ripped all them people off too. Ain't built shit. Who's to blame? Him, right? If so to take on a fund, I'll even break that down. So there's a guy named Jay Morris. Jay Morris took a whole bunch of money. He raised a whole bunch of funds to start a Tulsa real estate investment group, and apparently didn't build shit. That is syndication Ponzi scheme 101, right? Syndication is when you're an investor, you take pools of money from people, and you find a project and you build the project. However, if then you're supposed to pay those people a dividend. But if you raise $11 million and then the money never goes to anything, but you have to sign a clause saying that you are investing and you invest at your own risk, and if you lose your money, you lose your money. So in theory, if you did a syndication deal, you can almost essentially raise all this capital in the world and then just tell people it didn't work out, and then they're just on the hook. It's kind of fucked up, you know. I'm not a huge fan of that shit, right? If I'm gonna take on someone's money and take on someone's investments, but please believe we build some shit, right? I almost think I should get into that because a lot of people try to send me money to try to raise to buy apartments or buildings and commercial units and shit like that. I don't want to touch anybody's money, but yeah. Moral of the story is that a lot of these gurus out here think they know what they're talking about. They be on some bullshit. Oh yeah, I'll DM you. I'll see you. So what we got? Preguntas, questions. Someone said, "I have $100,000 cash." You got $100,000 cash. You rich and don't even know it. Kansas City, you are rich and don't even know it, my boy. But you almost so one thing that if you had $100,000 to invest, you almost got to determine what you want to invest in because there's pros and cons to real estate. There's pros and cons to owning your own business, and to get started in the real estate is probably a little easier and a little faster, but There's tax benefits. There's capital gains benefits. Um, there's a lot of benefits to real estate. I'm not gonna name them all. I named them in my head, but I didn't. I was like, yeah, I'm not saying all the shit. But to buy in a business, you get a lot of cash flow back, but then you have a cash flow problem. Then you have to pay taxes and capital gains on that too. So they have their pros and cons. I think that's why I try to explain to people what the pros and cons are of having both of them. Right? But there's a free class coming up. Click the link in the bio, join the free class, and we can go from there. No, what I'm saying is that $3,100 pay off instead of investing first. Devin, or I try not to say anybody's names on lives, but I'll say your name. You're not gonna tell me that paying off a credit card is more beneficial than starting investing. You're never going to convince me that. If you pay down a $3,000, $5,000, $10,000 credit card, it is revolving debt. You pay it off, and then you will be right back in debt a year later, and then you're going to be paying it off again. You're chasing your own tail, man. A lot of people think they're smarter than like, dude, you're overthinking it too. And then you're losing out on the years. You're losing out on the years. I have it in the calculator right here. Let's say if you put $35,000 in an account in a simple ETF, if you started investing and you did it for 10 years, that will make you $140,000. But let's say you waited 3 years, it will be 89,000. So you lose out on making $54,000 because you waited 3 years to pay off a damn credit card. A $5,000 credit card cost you $54,000. It doesn't make sense, sir. I'm not trying to be a butthole. Would you rather have a paid off credit card or an extra $56,000? Your choice. Man, I ain't got no debt. Fuck that debt. We all got debt. This house is debt. I got cars that are debt. My kids are debt. Right? They take money out of my pocket every month. What, I'm going to pay that off? I'm going to pay off the house? No. You take the money that you can afford to go to zero. You put it in the pot. You let it grow. You borrow against it, or you use it to buy something that makes money. Real estate or a business or something of that nature. And then that money's going to come in. You save that up, and then you buy more shit. That makes you more money. And then when you're bringing in 40, 30, 60, 70, 80,000, $100,000 a month, you ain't got to worry about no damn credit cards. You know how much my credit card bills are? Dude, I got like 70 grand worth of credit card debt from running all my businesses and real estate and stuff like that. You think I give a damn what my credit card payments are? You think I'm trying to pay them off? I don't care. You talking about a $3,000, $5,000 credit card, man? No, that's trash. Invest. Take the money from your investment and buy something that makes money. If I bring in $100K next month, you think I give a damn about a credit card bill? No. Come on, man. Think bigger. Someone said, I thought you just taught people how to buy gas stations. No, man, I teach you how to buy anything. It just depends on you and what you want to buy and how you want to invest it. I'll show you how to buy pretty much anything. Someone said, if I knew about ETFs at 18, I ain't even gonna read the rest. You know about them now. What you gonna do? I don't care what happened yesterday, man. We don't care. I'm here to tell you right now, we don't care. You didn't know about ETFs at 18. You didn't know about real estate at 18. You didn't know about buying business at 18. You didn't know about credit at 18. You didn't know about investment at 18. But you know about them now. What you want to do? Because 5 years from now, you can say the same shit about now. Man, I wish I'd have did something. 5 years from that, man, I really need to get started. 10 years from now, man, I know all this game, but I got to put it to work. Dude, you're just saying words, man. You got to put it to work. Put it to work. But thank y'all for hanging out. Appreciate y'all being here. Ask the questions. We cooking, man. We got a lot of people in this chat. More than I thought was going to be here. But, it is what it is. I said I was training online. Might as well, you know what I mean? So, yeah. Oh, man. My butt hurts. Someone said never meet your heroes. Yeah, man. Yeah, because the one time you do meet them, they'll be buttholes to you. And the weird part about it is, man, I'm not saying I'm a celebrity or I'm well known or anything, but even me, when I meet people, I still try not to idolize them, because if they turn out to be assholes, it's just gonna piss me off. You know what I mean? So it's all good. It's all good. Ohio in the house. Nashville in the house. Someone said I'm a millionaire from real estate. Yeah, that's about as simple as it gets. You're a millionaire in real estate, and you probably got thousands of dollars worth of debt. It's funny that people look at debt as almost like a crutch. Listen to Dave Ramsey, man, gonna have you jacked up, man, because that's all he talks about. Man, you gotta get rid of the debt, man. The debt, make more money. Like, think about it like this. I'll even give you a super easy scenario. Let's say you had, I'll give you a hypothetical situation, $20,000 worth of credit card debt. And let's say you make $5,000 a month. You got $20,000 worth of credit card debt. You make $5,000 a month. Is that a bad problem to have? You're damn right it is. Let's say, okay, boom, I'm gonna double your income. Now you make $10,000 a month. Is $20,000 credit card bad to have? Yep. Cool. Double it again. You make $20,000 a month and you have $20,000 worth of credit card debt. Is that a bad problem to have? It's getting better. Cool. Double it again. You got $20,000 worth of credit card. Now you make $40,000 a month. Do you care about a $40,000 damn debt when you make $40,000 a month? Probably not. Moral of the story: make more money. Stop focusing on your debt. We all have debt. Rich people focus on making more money. Poor people in the middle class focus on paying off debt. They will sit in that rat race trap for life. And then as soon as they get out of debt, they hop right back into that shit. It's like a mouse stuck in a glue trap, and he gnarled his damn foot off just to hop right back in that shit. People pay off 30, 40, 50, $60,000 cars to turn around and buy another 40, 50, 60, $70,000 car. People rack up $30,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 worth of debt just to turn around, get their income taxes, pay the shit off, just to rack up another $2,000, $3,000, $4,000 debt. It makes no sense to me. Why the hell are y'all buying 40, 50, 60, $70,000 cars? Why the hell are you racking up credit card debt every freaking month? And then say, oh, I got to pay this off. And then you start a little side hustle. You start a little side business. You get some taxes. You get an inheritance. You get some birthday money. And then you turn around and you take the money that you worked for to get ahead just to pay the fucking card off, or to pay the car off just to buy another one. I had one person tell me once, yo, I'm so used to having car payments, even though my car is pretty much new. As soon as I pay it off, I'm gonna go get another one. In their head, that makes sense. I said, you have a 4-year-old car. You bought it brand new, which was a mistake. Brand new, it's trash. You lost half the value. You paid it off early. You paid it off in 4 years. Your car has 35,000 miles. Your car payment was $600 a month. You paid on it $1,000, which is another mistake. You could take that $400 and invest it. But you paid off the car early. So now, boom, you have an extra $1,000 a month with a paid off car that has 32,000 miles on it. What you finna do? I'm finna go out and buy another car. Why? Because I can just get a newer model of the same one I got. Well, why? Because I'm so used to paying car payments that I feel weird not paying one. That is the dumbest I've ever heard in my life. And then 2-3 months later, I see that individual. And then the bad part with the same car, just a different color. Same freaking car, different color. They went from like a 2016 to a 2020. And then the bad part about it is it wasn't even like the upgraded year. You know how they take like 5-6 years with the same car? She got the car as soon as it came out, 6 years later, or 4 years later, same car. One of my old coworkers in the military. That individual will never be ahead in life. Never. Their financial literacy is a -10. They have no skills. They will be a worker bee or in the rat race for the rest of their lives. And in my head, I couldn't even save them. I tried, and I was like, you can just do this. You can just do this. You can just 1 year. Just wait a year. Take the $1,000, put it into some account. 12 grand, get a car there. No. Bought a car for 45, paid it off earlier. The car's worth 20. Trade in the car. They gave them like 16 towards another $45,000 car that they're gonna pay off early. I don't get it. I don't get it. People do that wrong. People don't know what they're talking about. People don't know what they're doing. People think they're good with money, but they are not. I'll say hi. And I want you to, I'm talking literally to you. When you think I'm not talking to you, this is directly towards you, right? I want you to take this as super personal as possible. You think you are good with money. You are not. Not even close. 98% of people are not good with money. 2%. No, you're not. No, you're not. Not even close. The 2% of the people are people like me and people I associate with, and people that when I go to the country clubs, or I go to the golf course, or I go to the tennis matches, or I go to the concerts and go VIP, and I'm hanging out in the lodge with whoever, celebrities and stuff like that. Those are the 2%. You're not even close. You're not even in the ballpark, people. Right? And I'm not trying to offend you, and I'm not trying to make you mad, and I'm not trying to make you upset. You aren't that guy. I am. And I talk to people all the time for more than 3, 4, 5 minutes, and I know they're not it. You have bad spending habits. You don't understand debt. You don't understand real estate. You don't understand credit. You don't understand debt leveraging. You don't understand debt servicing. You don't even get credit cards right. You don't even buy cars right. Hell, let's say if you really wanted to buy a car, did you buy it in your business name? Did you capitalize on Section 179 of the tax code, which means that if you buy a commercial vehicle over 6,000 pounds, is eligible for 100% depreciation or 20% depreciation over the next 5 years? Did you do that? Well, I don't own a commercial vehicle. Well, what deems a commercial vehicle? Any vehicle that weighs over 6,000 pounds in your business name. What vehicles are that, sir? Tahoes, Escalades, G-Wagons, Bentley Bentegas, Suburbans, Sprinter vans, Mercedes SUVs, Lexus Jeeps. Those. You ever like seen a row of SUVs, all black? It's like 5, 6, 7 of them. Yeah, that was all tax write-off. But you want to be cool in a Scat Pack. You want 100% deduction, or you want to be cool in a Hellcat. Come on, dog. You ain't even doing that shit right. Credit cards, are they in your business name or your personal name? Personal debt shows up on your personal profile. Means that it reflects on your debt to income ratio. Sorry, your credit utilization. Meaning that anything over 30%, they won't even loan you any more money. You get a $5,000 credit card, you charge $2,500 to that shit, you're locked on all 4 bureaus, all 3 bureaus. But business side, they'll give you 5 times, 6 times as much more. So instead of $5,000 limit, you get a $50,000 limit, and it doesn't reflect on your personal side. So you can max that shit out. And they have introductory rates at 0%. Most personal cards don't give you introductory rates. So now you can get $50,000 at 0% interest for the next 12 months, 16 months, 18 months, 2 years. You've been doing credit cards wrong. You're doing cars wrong. You're doing credit cards wrong. You're doing businesses wrong because you want to start your own business. Because I watched Empire. I can build this from the ground up. You're an idiot. That shit sucks. Why take over? Why buy it? Why start a process when you can take the damn shit over? You're doing that wrong too. Right? You renting where you at? Why don't you own? There's 6 or 7 programs that'll give you assistance for a down payment for your house. No person in America should be renting. And if you are, you should be capitalizing on FHA loans, which you can qualify for every 2 years, which is 3.5% down. And if it's a traditional home, you can do that every year or every 9 months at 5% down. You can save that into a mutual fund or your 401k, borrow against that. Now you can use that money for another down payment, rent out your previous house. You can buy a new house every damn year if you wanted to, with 5% down instead of 20% down, which is traditional for an investment property. You're doing that wrong too. I'm the 1%. You're doing it all wrong. You don't know what you're doing. You are not that guy or girl. Every aspect of your business, every aspect of your finances, every aspect of your credit, every aspect of your investments are done wrong. I'm just calling a spade a spade. Sometimes I get tired of this shit. You need to learn how the big boys and the big girls do this shit. Now, if you inspired, you fired up, get your ass in this class. Moral of the story, people. Sometimes you got, I'm kind of Old Testament, right? When my dad yelled at me and my mom yelled at me, I listened to what they said because it resonated with me. When they was upset, it lets me know whatever they were saying, they're saying what they're saying with their best intentions. They're telling you this stuff because they want to see you succeed in life. And they're seeing that you're on the wrong path and you're doing something wrong, and they just want you to straighten that arrow. Okay? Y'all got to do better, my peoples. All of y'all. Sometimes I have the wrong tack. Sometimes I come off as nice, but I am not out here playing around, people. You got to do better. So, last warning before I get off. If you are interested in learning how to do this type of stuff, I'm hosting a free webinar. Link in the bio, my guy. Click the link in the bio. Join the free class. Like I said before, I don't solicit. You won't get a bombardment of text messages. You won't get on no email list. You won't get spam calls. You get a notification before we start. Hop your butt in there and you learn. And then after that, I'm done. You want to learn more? Let's move forward. If not, I can lead the horse to water, but I can't make him drink it, right? But I thank y'all for your time. Social media gets mad if you exceed 2 hours. So I might hop back on because I'm kind of in a talking mood. But I don't know. But I'm about to head off. But join the free class. If you have any questions, preguntas, shoot me a text message. I'll try to get to it, but like I said, I'll probably get a couple, maybe 200 text messages a day, and it's just a lot. And I answer all my text messages myself. So if you get a message, it's from me, like, because I'm sitting there watching some show or something, and I just do DMs while I'm doing it. But thank y'all for being here. All my friends all over social media. Man, it's bumping in here. I appreciate y'all for being here. Make sure you're following on all the platforms. I see you in Twitch. I see you on YouTube. Make sure you at least subbing so you get notifications when I'm on. Twitter, make sure you're following. Instagram was kind of bumping today. I appreciate y'all being here. But yeah, I'm about to head off because, like I said, I can't exceed 2 hours. They get mad at me. They literally will like be pissed and like put me on the naughty list. So I might get back on. All right, I ain't got that much to do today. I did want to watch the last 15 minutes of this movie. Right, when I watch like movies in segments. I don't have time, so I watch like 15 minutes, 12 minutes, 18 minutes, 30 minutes. So I'm like 15 minutes left on the movie, and I just gotta, it's kind of weird, right? But hey, I guess that's busy rich people problems. But I appreciate you being here. Later, dudes. Make sure you're following. Thank you.